Good morning, everybody. So, welcome to another learning experience. So, welcome to another time of studying and learning. So, we want to proceed with our digital literacy graduate program, and I'm glad to have everybody around this morning. We will be starting with module 3 by God's grace today, and we have been able to look into some important lessons as regards digital literacy. So today we want to proceed with just that, and what I'll be taking us through today will be the module 3. And before I go into that, let me share my slide for us. All right, so you are welcome. So today we will be starting with module 3, but before we go into the module 3, let me quickly round up what I started yesterday. So yesterday we learned how to design websites making use of WordPress. So today I will just quickly give us some website design tips in the next 10 to 15 minutes. What are some important tips that we need to know about web design so that we can be able to produce quality websites, especially websites that will have great impact on our business or on our own personal branding. So let's get into it now. All right, let's proceed with the class. Sorry for the little disturbance. So as I was saying, I said I want to quickly give us some important things about web design, and this will help us to be able to create quality web designs. So I said the first thing about your website is you must keep it simple. Now, gone were the days when we used to have complex websites whereby you have a lot of pages, you have a lot of things on the page. Now, for every website, 3 things are very important: text, imagery, and your buttons. Text, imagery, and buttons. Those are the 3 most important things in every website. Your text gives in the information. Your images are to back up the information that you are giving on the website. Then your buttons are just for you to direct your website visitors to take a particular action, and also to lead them to another page on your website. So you have to manage your buttons very well, and they must be easily accessible, and they must be able to convince your web visitors to take an action. So for every website, those 3 things are the pillars of every website: the text management, the way you use your images, whether they are photos, whether they are GIF images, whether they are videos, whether they are infographics, or any imagery that you are using, and the way you manage your buttons. Sometimes the button might not actually be in a button format, but in as much it is something clickable. So for every button, there is always an embedded link. So when people click on the button, they are activating a particular link. So what you are doing is that you are ensuring that people can take a particular action on your website. Okay, and I said in the management of these 3 basic elements, you have to keep it simple. You have to keep it simple. There is no need for you to have many things on a particular page. Another thing that is important for you in your web design is be consistent. Consistency matters a lot because you want to communicate a unique identity. You want to communicate a brand You want to show to your web visitors that this is the message you are communicating as a brand. So the usage of colors, the usage of text, the usage of images, how you tone your images, all those things matters a lot in giving you that consistency that you desire. And also the consistency also has to do with your pages, how your page are designed. Your header should remain consistent, your footer should remain consistent. There is no reason why you should have different header for different pages. That is too complex, and that will make your design not to look too good. So consistency is very important in web designing. So take note of your buttons, the consistency in your buttons, that is the shape of your buttons, the color of your buttons, how they contrast to other colors on the page. Take note of your header. How did you manage your header? How do you ensure that the headers are the same for every page on your website? Your footers, the information on your footers, are they consistent? Then your color usage, the fonts you are using. There is no reason why you should be using 3, 4, 5 fonts on a particular website. Maximum of 2. Maximum of 2 is okay. Maybe you choose a font for your headings and you choose a font for your body text. Then all other things, all other elements that you are using on your web pages, text, images, and buttons, all these things must be consistent. They must have a consistent look. I will soon show us practically what I'm talking about as we proceed. Then have a clear CTA. The meaning of that is you must have a clear call to action. Now, a clear call to action simply means that anytime someone visits your website, what do you want them to do? What is the action you want them to take? Why are they visiting your website? If I'm visiting an e-commerce website, that means I want to make a purchase for a particular product. How am I going to make that purchase? What are the actions you are asking me to take? So, and this is where you manage the usage of your buttons, the usage of your imagery. How do you ensure that your buttons are well displayed and they are located in such a way that people can easily see the action you want them to take? So you must have a clear call to action. It's not too good when you have a lot of call to actions on a particular page. On the same page, you are asking people to subscribe. On the same page, you are asking them to buy. On the same page, you are asking them to give you a call. On the same page, you are asking them to send you a message. It's too much. The call to action is too much. Limit your call to action to maximum of 2. Maybe probably subscription. Then the next thing you want is maybe you want them to give you an appointment, book an appointment with you. That's okay for a page, maybe your own page. You must have a clear call to. In fact, you must have a major call to action for every website you are designing. Gone were the days when you design websites for the sake of designing. When you design websites when websites are not part of your marketing funnel. Your website is part of your sales funnel. In fact, your website is a funnel on its own. You must design your website with that in mind, that you are designing websites for what? For the purpose of making a sale. And your website is a major tool in your sales funnel. So you ensure that when people visit your web page, they can easily see the call to action. What do you want them to do? Very important. Any website without a call to action is a failed website. No matter how beautiful that website can be, you must have a clear call to action. Now, another important thing that is you must take note of is the navigation on your website. That is why we have this traditional menu bar at the top of every website. You will see the home page, the service page, you will see the blog, and the contact page, the contact. So you can easily click on each of these menu options to do what? To navigate to a particular page. And when you have maybe your own page is very long, in which people have to scroll down to read all the information on your own page. It is important that you have something below when they reach the end to direct them to other part of your website. You don't expect them to have to scroll back up again to take an action. So if I want to go to your contact form, after reaching the bottom of your page, the end of your website, the lower part, I should be able to locate your contact page. I should be able to get something to click to access your contact page, probably from your footer. or maybe you put an arrow. If I click that arrow, it will direct me to the top instantly within some seconds. This will reduce the bounce rate of your website. The inability of people to navigate well on your website will increase the number of bounce rates. And the higher the bounce rate, the lower the ranking of your web page. So the meaning of bounce rate is just that the measure of how many times people come to your website and decided to leave without taking actions and without spending much time on your website. Because the longer people spend on your website, the better the ranking of a particular web page. That's part of what we call search engine optimization. So you must try your best to reduce bounce rate, and to reduce bounce rate, navigation must be easy. That is why I said you must keep it simple. You must make things you are doing to be very clear for people to understand, and consistency is important. This will aid your navigation. You should be able to direct people in the right way. Then use keywords. When designing websites, I always encourage people to design their website on WordPress and ensure that before even starting anything at all, you must install Yoast SEO. Yoast SEO must be installed into your web page, into your WordPress immediately, even before you start building any page. Because when you are designing with your web pages and you have your Yoast SEO with you, you can easily use Yoast SEO will help you to be able to select keywords, and you'll be able to build your website around some keywords that is important to your business, and it will help your ranking. So take note of your keywords. Instead of saying things instead of writing a whole lot of 1,000 words that has no specific keyword you want to rank for, take charge of keywords. What are the keywords? Keywords are simply words that has to do with your business, and words that you know that people easily use to search for your business. If I'm a web designer now, I know that one of my keywords is web design. One of my keywords is website design. One of my keywords is web development. One of my keywords is things that has to do around that service that I am rendering. So use keywords that you want to rank for throughout your web pages, even when writing your page copy, when writing your blogs for your pages. Then limit the number of clicks. The reason for this is a lot of people, I don't know why, many people just like complications in their life, but it's not too good. It's not too good. You want to make a purchase, I have to click something first, then click another thing, click another page before I reach where I'm going to. Make it easier for people to take actions. If you are designing an e-commerce website or you are selling something online, 3 clicks is maximum. The first click probably to enter their details for the purchase, then the last click should be to make the purchase. There is no reason why people should be going through 4, 5, 6, 7 stages before they can get something. You want people to download a particular, maybe for your lead generation on your website, you want them to download something. After they have submitted their email, they have clicked on download, you still directed them to another page, and on that same page, it's not the download is not available for them on that page. They have to take another action, click on something again. Maybe you want them to still give you another detail on that next page. Then before they can, it's just too long. Why not make it so simple? Enter your email, click on downloads, and maybe the thank you page, you can now upsell on your thank you page. But already they have the document they want to get. I said it in the beginning, your website is part of your sales funnel, and don't joke with it. So that's limit the number of clicks. Then the next thing is, let me edit this. This is wrong. So the next thing that you have to take note of is have a clear contact page. Now, traditionally, your contact page button should be at the top right hand corner of your menu bar. So people should easily locate where your contact page can be found. People want to contact you. You can easily use it to generate leads. It's of no use when people will be looking all around your web page and they cannot find your contact page. You are putting a lot of money on the table. You are losing a lot of things. So get your contact page accessible. Make it accessible for people. Is a very important website design tips. Then less of stock images. Stock images are good, especially for people who don't have access to high quality photography, and when you cannot get good quality images for your website. But yet, less of it. Don't make it too much. Actually, everybody has a very good smartphone at this time around. Most smartphones now that we are buying comes with a minimum of 8 megapixels. So you can still take quality images with those pictures for your business. It helps the trust. It helps build trust from your customers. It shows that you are a real organization and not just a fake organization. So less of stock images, quality real images. And when you are using stock images, I always advise people, make sure you edit the stock image, especially edit the name of the stock image, rename it, and name it based on what you want to use the image for. It will help your SEO ranking. And at the same time also, make sure the image is, to some extent, do something about the image. Maybe you add some color, you add some text to the image, maybe you do some Photoshop editing, do something about it. Don't just use it like that. Maybe you put some overlay on the image. Don't just use it like that. Let it be a little bit different from how it is on the reels, on the original stock image looks like. Now, always fill in the alternate text. When you upload an image onto your WordPress, you will have the ability to fill in you will have the option to fill in the alternate text. The alternate testing can be used for basically for two things. It helps search engine crawlers. We have what we call search engine crawlers, or they call them search engine bots. These are the search engine crawlers are what helps in indexing your website pages. So they crawl through your website and they index your website page for ranking on search engines. So these search engine crawlers doesn't actually understand images. What they understand is the text. They can only read text. So your alternate text help your search engine crawlers to understand what a particular image is. Now, when people that have issues with reading, or people that are visually impaired are reading going through your web pages, all these people, maybe they are using screen readers. So for screen readers, the screen readers can only read text. Screen readers cannot read images. So it is important that you have alternate text for your images. Then use good contrast, especially for your buttons. If the major color on your page is blue, when you are designing your button shouldn't be blue. Your button can be something like red, which a contrasting color that actually goes well with your primary color, and that will help your design and for easy access and clarity. Then lastly, build for users and not for you. Now, you are not building a website for yourself. It's not for your own usage. So websites are built for users, and that's what we call user experience. So it is the user of a website that must be put into consideration, not you. So you might like to have a very complicated and complex web designs, but your users don't want that. So, and they are the one that matters. Satisfying your users, your web visitors, are what matters, not actually you. So there are sometimes you need to submit some of your egos, you need to submit some of the things you like personally, so that you can serve your users very well, because it will have effect on your income. So if you don't want to lose a lot of money, build for users and not for you. So those are the quick tips I want to share with us concerning web design. And let me quickly show us practically everything I have been saying from an example of a website that I designed recently. All right, so let's go to the website I used yesterday, the website we used to learn about web design yesterday, and we will quickly see this and proceed with today's class. All right. So like I'm having, okay, sorry, it's loading now. Okay, now this is the website we used to learn about WordPress yesterday, and this is a live website now. The website is live, and because I'm currently logged in, that is why you can see all these things. But now, I said your website should be simple enough. Now you can see this Imo State Zoo and Wildlife Park. It has been existing since 1976, and easily you can see the clear call to action, book now. Now, one thing that is very important on this website, in fact, the major reason for creating this website is to create a platform where people can book, because that's the only thing they are living for. If people don't come to the zoo doesn't have any reason to be existing. More than the issue of conservation, more than the issue, because you need money to run a conservative organization like this, or maybe an organization that is promoting conservation. So you need money, and that's their major means of generating income. When people pay visit to watch these animals and all, to also enjoy the facility they have. So the most important thing on this webpage is to book. If at the end of the day people come to this website and they don't see reasons to book, then this website is a failure. So that means everything you want to do on this website is to ensure that your visitors can book. And that is why even from the header, from the major hero, we have what we call book now button that can easily direct them to where they can book. And if they don't want to go through that options of clicking this button to book easily, as I said, clarity is important, easy navigation is important, ability of you to be able to give people a clear call to action is important. So easily they can book from here. So you don't even need to click anything. Just start your booking from here. Pick your date, pick your hour, continue. And if you have any reason to make a call, which is something that usually happens, you can easily call here. So we don't need to wait till you go to maybe the contact form. I said contact should be at the top right hand corner. It's only the last thing. And that is why this donate now, the reason for this donate now to be here is that so that we can still generate a kind of income from donations, because this is an organization that depends on a lot of money to run. So we can still get people to donate, and the button is there. And you can notice how this button was designed. The button was designed for contrast and for easy navigation and for people to easily identify it. Very clear and easy. Donate now if you want to make a donation. But if you are not yet to make a donation, you know that the most important thing here to do is to book. And that's the next step. You can carry out the next step and proceed. And even if you proceed on the web page, you can see what I'm talking about, the issue of clarity, the issue of simplicity. You can notice enough white space were used to ensure quality design, and a design that can easily be understood. So in most cases, three things are important: conservation, ecotourism, and recreation. Then book now again. You can see book now. Still the same call to action. Very clear call to action. With support from government, private organization, and all these things, the next, you can see the clear call to action again. Donate now. So if you want to donate, everything is all about generating income. Whether you book or you donate, you are generating income for us. Then you can see our services. Get my ticket. Get my ticket will lead you to the book now button. If you look at below, at the lower left hand corner, you will see the link there. Book now. It's directing you to the book now button. Book now is also directing you to the book now button, and this is the only button taking you to issue of contact us, because we are talking about research and education. So you need to contact us first before you come for research work. So this is contact us, and you can see the images that are being used. These are not stock images. I told us stock images are not so preferable. Now I use stock images here. Where did I use the stock images? Now these images of these three lions are stock images, but actually if you come to their zoo, you will find three lions: this male lion, female lion, and a lion cub. They have these three lions in their zoo. So it is real, but actually this is a stock image. but they also have these 3 lions in their zoo. And at the same time, you can notice I have overlaid the image. It's not even the image making a lot of noise on the website web pages. All these ones are images from the zoo. Okay, this is another stock image, but actually they have these 2 animals in their zoo before. I'm not sure they still have it for now. So what our visitors have to say, this is what we call testimonials, because we have a reason for designing this website, and that aim was to get people to book. So people believe in word of mouth marketing, and when others are saying it is good, other people want to try it out also. So you can see book now button again, very important, clear call to action, and you can see the footer, and you don't need to go back again to locate all other pages. You can see book now button, contact us, read our blogs, donate now. So contact us, I said all these things are very important. For last minute cancellation, you can go here. For our social media account, you can go through this button. You don't need to go up again to go to the next page. You can click here for contact us. And don't forget, for every website, you must have your copyright. It's very important, so that it helps trust, and so that people will not just copy your website and lay claim of it. And this is the designer. This is our design, Cladox Media. So those things are very important in web design. And this is the contact page. And on the contact page, you can still see this for urgent calls or inquiries. You can easily call them. This is the contact us. These are their information. This is the form. If you want to fill a form, go ahead and fill that form. Very simple, easy navigation. You can see if you need to go through map, you can easily go through this place. And that's all. That is everything you came here for. And that's all. That's all. You make sure your page can perform the activity you want it to perform. Now the book now button. Let's see that. So you can still see I have the book now even on the menu bar. And you can notice that all my headers are the same. This is the same thing you have for every header on this web page. For every web page, you have this header, the same. And you can still see this for urgent call or inquiries, because we have always been receiving calls from visitors. How can we get to your zoo? What do you have to offer us? All those things. We book, we need for some clarity. So this number is very important. And you can see book a visit. Again, just the same thing you have over there. That is what was embedded here. And they can easily book a next step. And this is just an image for encouragement. And that's all. So if you want to support our work, you can go on and donate. And that's all. Simple and straightforward. There is no need to occupy your web visitors with many things. Then your logo must have a link back to your home page. Make sure you work on that. Your logo must always have a link back to your web page. And one other thing I forgot to mention is your favicon or your site icon. Make sure you have this site icon on your web page. It is very important. And that's all about website design tips. Thank you very much. And we will proceed now with today's work.